Welcome to the Fast Break Mill podcast powered by Spotify for podcasters, the simplest way to make a podcast. Hey y'all, and welcome back to the Fast Break Mill podcast, powered by Spotify for podcasters, the simplest way to podcast. I'm your host, Mill, and first off, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for everybody that took the time out today to go listen to my previous podcast episode, people that went and shared, liked my post, went and subscribed, visit the fastbreakmill.com website, everything you're all doing for the podcast, supporting me, it really means a lot, and I truly appreciate it. Like I said, if you haven't already, please go visit the fastbreakmill.com, fastbreakmillpodcast.com website. I post stuff about the podcast. You can get more content, and I'm putting a lot of work into that website, so you should go visit. And if you haven't already, you should go subscribe to the YouTube page, and also go and follow the official Instagram and Twitter. I'll leave a link to all of that in the description below. But, I don't want to take up any more time with this silly intro, because I want to get into the content today, talking about Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. What should have been a great basketball matchup, people turn racial really quick, and it's it really didn't have to be taken there, but the race bias in sports really showing, so I'm gonna have to talk about it after this short little intermission break. But again, thank you for watching or listening to the podcast, and I truly appreciate it. We'll be right back. Shout out to the LSU Tigers, the women's team for college basketball. They've literally dealt with so much BS, and Angel Reese especially has dealt with so much BS since winning that title. And it's really a shame, because leading up to that game, it was really hyped up because of the matchup of Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. And if you don't know who Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark is, Angel Reese is a double-double machine with 15 rebounds per game this season. Literally averaging a double-double the entire season is insane. But then you have literally the player of the year in the women's game, Caitlin Clark for Iowa, who was putting up a monster 27 points per game on 8 assists per game. She's literally the female Steph Curry. This matchup was supposed to be great, and I feel like this matchup could have been a potential, it's crazy to say, but I could have seen it, not saying either our Magic or Bird, but I could have seen this rivalry starting from college, and it could have been something going into the WNBA. It really could have been something, because it was a great game, but of course it got taken outside of just basketball and taken way too far by, I feel like, a bunch of people that are trying to push this Angel Reese is a bad player, Angel Reese is a horrible person, and it's really crazy, because what I'm talking about, if you don't know, during that game, Angel Reese did a simple "you can't see me" to Caitlin Clark. She did the "I'm gonna win a ring" taunt to her, because LSU was up big and they were about to win a national championship. And the only reason why she did that was because in a previous game, the previous Final Four game for Iowa against the consensus number one, the team that everybody thought was about to win the national title, South Carolina, because Caitlin Clark beat them, she was originally the first one that even started the "you can't see me" little taunt. And it's crazy because when she did that, everybody was going nuts and loved it. Because she put up a 40-point triple-double and was saying, "You can't see me," like, that's some GOAT stuff. Like, that's GOATy. And it should have been something that Angel Reese could have done while she was about to win a national title. But of course, when she did it, everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Oh my gosh, she's a horrible person. Why would she do that? That's so unsportsmanlike." But the same people that were just cheering for Caitlin Clark and saying Caitlin Clark was GOATy are now saying Angel Reese is ghetto, is a bad person, like she shouldn't even be doing things like that. And it's like, y'all see it. Like, do I even need to explain what's going on with the race bias? Because it's really crazy. It's truly insane, because I feel like everybody, and when I mean everybody, I think you know who I mean, but the people out there are really going hard for Caitlin Clark because they feel like Caitlin Clark is heartbroken and like hurt by the fact that Angel Reese did that. When even Caitlin Clark this week went on ESPN talking about she doesn't understand why Angel Reese is getting hate because she didn't take any offense to it. It is what it is, literally. But yeah, people on here calling calling Angel Reese an effing idiot, going crazy behind the Twitter fingers, and it's just like, why? This was a great game. Like, people don't even realize this game averaged 9.9 million viewers. For a women's basketball game, that's literally insane. And that's great for the women's game. And I feel like it got tarnished because people wanted to be racist. And I feel like that's as simple as it is. People wanted to be racist, and the colors were showing because it was clear as day. And it's crazy because instead of celebrating the women's game and celebrating these two great players and, you know, encouraging the competitiveness, because let me tell you, if Caitlin Clark had won the game and did that and said, "Show me my ring," everybody would have been loving it. That mess would have been put on a t-shirt and people in Iowa would have been wearing it as soon as they could. So the fact that Angel Reese, who's literally been dominant all season, got to where she wanted to and wanted to taunt a little bit, it's a problem. It's really crazy. And what really threw me off is when Jill Biden said, "You know what? We're going to invite LSU and we're going to invite Iowa just because." Like, huh? Because I know damn well if LSU lost, they were not getting that invite to the White House. So why is Iowa getting that invite to the White House? When you have Caitlin Clark even saying she doesn't understand why Iowa is getting the invite to the White House, it's really like, yo, that's insane. It's really insane. She doesn't understand why Angel Reese is getting the hate. She doesn't understand why Iowa is getting this participation trophy treatment. It's really crazy. The race bias is really showing, and it's wild to me. And like I said, I feel like it really put a sour taste in everybody's mouth when it came to how that game just ended up being, because it was a great game. It was a great women's tournament. Honestly, like, to me, the women's tournament was better than the men's tournament this year. The women's tournament just had so much star power and action. It was amazing. Like, and I just feel like people want to just ruin that, and it makes no sense. It really makes no sense. Like, why can't we just praise the Bayou Barbie and also praise Caitlin Clark and, you know, support the women's game and just, you know, keep on helping that grow? But instead, people choose to hate. So it's like, I don't get it. But again, shout out to LSU, shout out to the Bayou Barbie, and you know what, shout out to Caitlin Clark, because like I said, they're moving the women's game forward. Also, my favorite part though about all of this, shout out to Shaq. Coincidentally, I'm wearing his jersey. He a GOAT. But shout out to Shaq because he was in Angel Reese's corner defending her all the way from all these stupid people on Twitter. I mean, like, if you look at it, Shaq was going ham for Angel Reese, and I love that for Shaq. He's an LSU alumni, so, you know, I see it, but, you know, he's gonna go out there and defend her because who wouldn't? Because this is dumb. It's really dumb, but, you know, like I said, we just need to continue to support the women's game. We need to support these two rising stars, and we just need to support everything about the women's game because they need to grow just like how the men's basketball game is growing too. So that's my final thoughts on that. Mic drop.